Welcome to the Sketchy podcast. Unfortunately, Matthew couldn't make it for this episode, but don't worry, we have a very special yet controversial guest filling in for him. You guys all know him. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Tate. How we doing today, Andrew?
Let's just jump right into it, okay? My big announcement is that I, Andrew Tate, am now a feminist. Now, you're probably wondering, Andrew, that's a big 180. Why are you now a feminist?
No, that's
right.
100%. I am. Wow.
Right?
I don't know if you're trolling or not. Is this a troll?
This isn't a troll. This is authentic, real Andrew Tate. I'm now a feminist. I'll tell you why.
Please. Yeah.
So, as you know, in the past, I've talked a lot of shit about therapy.
Right.
Therapy's soft. Going and talking to another person about your problems isn't going to solve it. Mm-hmm. It's pussy shit. Okay? Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I've never been to therapy. And everyone's been telling me, chatting to me, saying, Andrew, you're psychotic. Andrew, you're insecure. Andrew, you have all these mental health problems and you're projecting and that's why you do all these things. And you need to go into therapy. Finally, I said, I'm going to go and I'm going to do therapy myself. Because I've never been to therapy. Okay? I went to therapy. And I started working with my therapist, who is a strong, independent, black woman named Braquinda. And Braquinda, to my surprise, helped me work through all of my trauma. Or, well, actually, that's not true. I'm always a work in progress. I've been working through a lot of childhood trauma and a lot of my, misguided views and perceptions of life.
Right.
And I feel like now, having gone to therapy and still being in therapy, I'm now realizing that no, therapy isn't soft. Talking about your problems isn't soft. Being vulnerable is actually the most manly thing that you can do. And if you're going to talk shit to someone else who's trying to go to therapy and better themselves, taking a risk, opening up, with the intention of being a better person for themselves and others, you're a f***ing pussy. Because therapy has been helping me tons, lots. And I'm now, after going, a feminist.
Wow. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, we have a lot to unpack here. You're a feminist, you're going to therapy, because from what I understand, you're totally against therapy. So you're on board now, correct? And you said you've...
That's what I just said.
Right. No, 100%. I don't want to offend you.
One thing they teach me in therapy is that I should be a better listener. You could be a better listener. I just said that, did I not?
Right. I mean, I'm the interviewer,
continue.
so I'm just trying to recap. I'm trying to recap what you just said. I'm trying to unpack. Okay.
Respect your audience.
Oh, right. Okay.
For Christ's sake.
Okay. I'm sorry. I won't repeat what you say then.
Don't let me boss you around.
No. Okay.
Don't let me boss you around.
That.
Have some self-compassion for yourself and stand up for yourself. That's another thing I'm learning in therapy, is learning how to stand up for yourself.
Okay.
But in a loving, kind way. Continue.
Well, you just got into my next question. You said you went to therapy. Sorry to repeat you again. What are some of the things that you really took from it that did change your mental state that you have mentioned?
I'm glad you asked.
Right.
Here's the number one thing that I learned from going to therapy. Okay. I used to say, there was an analogy I used about if I was on a plane and that plane was crashing, who would I want to pilot the plane? A man or a woman? I always said I would want the man to pilot the plane because you know why? A woman is going to be probably on her period, acting emotionally, and I'm just the one who comes out and says it, but everybody feels that way, okay? But you want a man to pilot that plane that's going down, correct?
Yes.
Now, what I realized in therapy was that women are physically not as strong as men, okay? And they take so much from men like me, saying things like that to them, being misogynistic. And that must inflict a lot of pain onto women. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Who's more powerful here? Who's stronger here? A man who is built physically stronger and can easily make fun of someone and overpower someone, or a woman who is not physically stronger than a man and takes all of this misogynistic heat from men like me and men all around the world, forced into submission, marginalized, paid less by men, and they're still holding down the fort. Women still show up as compassionate people, just taking all this heat from misogynists, red pill people like me. I realized, okay. I'm not done yet, okay. I realized that women are stronger than men. So I was like, what's more alpha, actually? Not me making fun of women, but women are actually the alpha.
Right.
Because they take so much more heat. And so what I realized was, because of how much shit that women take from misogynistic men like me, they're actually stronger. Women are actually the alpha. And that's why I've decided that I actually would want a woman to fly that plane. Because she's already taking so much shit from people like me. I could be getting in her head, saying things like, oh, you should be in the kitchen, making me a sandwich. And
okay.
Not to mention even talking about the pain that they undergo through childbirth. Right. Childbirth is it's one of the most painful things that you can go through.
Right. I mean, you came from a woman. So.
I did. That's right.
And look at you.
I didn't come out of a penis.
Right. That, for sure. So you think they can fly planes. So you think they can be business owners as well and be bosses, over men.
Absolutely. I think that women are better suited to be businessmen.
Really? What about president of the United States?
Presidents too.
Okay.
I think Kamala, at this point, I did not vote for her, but now I would have voted for Kamala.
You would have voted for Kamala.
And I also think too, because I would always say a woman should be in the kitchen.
Right.
Now, in all my relationships, I'm the one in the kitchen.
You're in the kitchen.
Yeah, because that's the most alpha thing that you can do.
Be in the kitchen as a man.
Absolutely.
So you think being a stay-at-home dad is fine then?
Absolutely. I think that's perfectly fine. And raising a child is one of the hardest jobs in the world. Let's not get it twisted.
Interesting.
Being the submissive person in a relationship, having the woman be the dominant one, would actually be more difficult. Her bossing me around, me making sandwiches for her, me not speaking until spoken to, me being f***ed, pegged. Women take a lot of f***ing. Now, that's scary. Taking a massive in your ass, that's in your vagina, that's scary. So in my relationships now, because I like overcoming fear, I'm not some bitch. I'm the most alpha, I'm top G, which means I have to be bottom G to be top G. So my relationships, I'm the bottom now. I take poundings in my ass from my wife. I'm making sandwiches, and she tells me what to do. Because that's a harder position to be in.
Wow.
It builds more mental strength. It's easy to be the dominant one in a relationship. You think you're tough because you're dominant and you can boss people around and you bang the girl? No. Show me what's more dominant than being f***ed in your ass repetitively and then being kicked into the kitchen and being forced to make the person a sandwich that just f***ed you.
This is just so not like you. I am blown away, and I think the audience is going to be blown away here. You talked about your girlfriend or wife, I think. So what about monogamy? You're not really big
I'm all for monogamy.
You're for monogamy now.
Absolutely. You give yourself... I used to say the man owns the woman. Now, I want to be owned by the woman.
Really?
Absolutely. I'm loyal to one woman. And she can go and have sex with whoever she wants. And you know why? Because I'm so secure with myself that I don't care. And even if it does hurt my feelings and I cry at night, thinking about how my wife cucks me, how she cucks me, and she does. And sometimes she'll say, Andrew, I want you to watch. And even though it breaks my heart, who's more powerful in that situation? The woman who's forcing you to watch her take it from a giant black man named Darnell? Or the husband watching against his will and still deciding to stay with that woman and internalizing the pain from that? Because as a man and as an alpha, you need to take pain. You need to be able to take pain. You see, it's like Rocky. What did Rocky say? What did he say? He said, it's not about the punches that you give.
Yeah.
Or how hard. It's not about how hard you can hit.
Yeah.
It's about how hard you can get hit. and still keep moving forward.
Right.
Who gets hit harder than a man who's being cocked? I saw Rocky and I knew he was talking about cocks. I need to be a cock. I thought about that.
I don't think that's...
I begged my wife. I said, I want you to f this man in front of me. And so that's what she did, and that's what we do every night.
So you're here to announce that you, Andrew Tate, the alpha male, is now a cuck.
Yeah.
This is just...
Men, as you call yourselves, who are the dominant ones in your relationships, grow up. Grow a pair. And see how strong you are when you get put in a situation where you're cucked by your wife. Try and endure that pain, because I endure that pain every day, and I turn it into a strength.
I don't know if I'm going to try that, Andrew, but it does sound like...
Not everyone's cut out to be the top bottom G.
Yeah.
Because that's what I am. I'm the top G by being the bottom G. It's easy to be top G.
And did you learn this in therapy as well?
It's been something I've been discussing with my therapist.
Oh, okay.
It's easy to be top G. It's hard to be bottom G.
Right.
It's easy to have tons of money, have a Bugatti, 10 Bugattis.
So you think a homosexual is more manly than a straight man?
Oh, absolutely. I think a trans is more the ultimate peak of a man.
Trans?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
There's nothing more manly than a trans.
Why?
Because, think about it. If you really just think about this stuff for a second, see, society wants you to think like you're in a matrix. They program you to think like, oh, a man is a man who has balls and he gets people pregnant and he's the dominant man in the relationship.
Right.
That's what society wants you to think. But if you really analyze it and you get your mind out of the matrix, which is what I teach in my e-courses now, you could see that a trans man is actually the peak of man. Because, and I'll tell you why. A man who loves a woman so much that he's willing to become a woman himself. What's more manly than that? And that's why I've decided to become a trans.
You're a trans?
I'm in the process of removing my genitalia.
Really?
Because, and this is something I talk about a lot in my course, self-sovereignty, okay? Entrepreneurship. You don't wait for someone to go and hire you. In today's environment, as a man, you need to start your own business, take control of your destiny. You don't outsource, okay? I realized, why am I outsourcing with women? Why am I going out of my way to get I'm done outsourcing this to other people. I like it. So, I'm just going to put it on my body and become a woman. Now guess what, Justus? I don't have to go and get women anymore. I don't even need to go and get them.
So are you having intercourse with yourself?
I just bang myself every night.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Once again.
What's more straight than that? And that's why I say, okay, trans is ultimate peak. You want one step down, homosexual.
Homosexuals, right.
Yes, because, well, first of all, just to be banged.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
To take that pain, to take that penetration.
Mm-hmm.
Explain to me what's harder than that. It's easy to have intercourse with a girl as a man. Easy.
Right, but
try being the bottom G in a male-on-male relationship. That's hard, literally, in both ways, because it's hard.
So are you confirming then that you are officially Andrew Tate, the bottom G?
No.
Are you still top G?
You're getting my words mixed up.
Okay.
You're not listening to me.
No, you said you were, okay.
I am top G.
Right.
I will always be top G, okay?
Got it.
But, and I mean but, pun intended, to be top G, the most top G thing you could do, because it's the hardest thing to do, it's easy to be top G and be on top and have all the Bugattis and have all the girls. The hardest thing is to be bottom G and have no money and being railed in your butt.
Okay. I don't quite understand that, but I think the audience might.
What do you not understand?
I get it.
It's simple.
I get it. No, I get it. Yeah, I get it. So you gotta be able to be bottom
Try getting
G
railed
to be top G. Got it. That makes sense.
The ultimate
The ultimate top G is to be able to become bottom G.
Do you really not get what I'm saying?
I actually do get what you're saying.
Do you really not get what I'm saying?
I was just blown away by it, so that's why I was more thrown. But I do get what you're saying. You got to be able to be bottom G to be the most top G, and that's what you are, bottom G. But you got into your being
top G, bottom G.
Top G equals bottom G. Boom. Or bottom G equals top G.
Just continue.
Right. So you mentioned success. You mentioned Bugattis. What about that? You're huge on success, creating success for yourself, and you talk a lot about having all these sports cars and trying to reach the top, being top G, bottom G, whatever it is that you are now. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about success and men, garnishing success?
Look, I've come under a lot of heat over the last however long that I've been on social media because of the people don't like me. Because of I've made a lot of money. Mm-hmm. I'm on camera and I show people I'm chauvinistic. I've showed people my 10 Bugattis that I have. I have tons of Bugattis. Right. Bugattis are nothing to me. What I think of people men particularly, who flex their money, their power, their status, their cars, their Bugattis on camera, they're all insecure. I realized I'm insecure. That's why I've been posting all of that stuff. Why else would I do it but to get people to like me and get affection from girls?
Right. So
it's because I'm addicted to sex. I'm addicted to money and power, which is never ending.
Right.
And I'm addicted to fame. And I'm deeply insecure and I want people to like me. Because I don't like myself. So I need other people to fill that void. That's why I do that.
And you learned this in therapy.
I learned this in therapy. And so what I think of people who need to go and flex these things online, I think they all have small dicks. I have a small dick.
You have a small dick.
It's a micro penis, yeah.
You have a micro penis?
Yeah.
Wow. It keeps getting more, there's more and more that is being discovered here.
That's why I flex all of that. The more Bugattis I have, for every inch that I don't have, I have a Bugatti to make up for that inch. Does that make sense?
I think so.
So I have to fill my life, I have to fill this empty void in my life with all of these meaningless things. And then I go out, this is the best part about what I used to do.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
I used to go out and I would preach, I'd be like a role model for kids, for young men. And
so what do you want to tell them now?
Material success is meaningless. It really is meaningless.
Right.
I mean, go out and work hard, be the best you can be, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to, were you a good person? And were you kind to the people around you? And were you kind to yourself? Because if you spend all of your time just acquiring all of these Bugattis, you can't take the Bugattis with you when you die.
Right. That's a great message.
No one cares about how many Bugattis you have unless they're completely superficial and materialistic anyway. What people care about is, were you kind? Were you generous? Were you a good person?
So what do you drive now that you got rid of
I drive a Prius.
You drive a Prius?
Well, right, yeah, I want to save the environment.
What about a Tesla?
Which, by the way, I think is the most manly thing you can do, is driving an electric car. Because what's more manly than saving the coral reefs? You're a hero. A Tesla, sure, drive a Tesla.
Right.
Although Elon has been going a little
I thought you were an
out
Elon
of control.
Fan. You don't like Elon anymore?
I'm moving far away from the Republican Party at this point.
Wow. Really? You just disagree
I vote for the party who has the most compassion. That's why I'm part of the Green Party now. I care deeply about our planet.
Wow.
The planet is dying because people are living in excess. Mm-hmm. They're flying private jets. big trucks.
How did you get here today? Did you not fly in a jet?
I walked.
You walked here?
Well, I did a peace march.
Oh.
With the monks. Did you hear about this? There was a march.
Are you the
Buddhist monks, they did a march across the country.
Are you Buddhist now?
To advocate for peace during the ICE protests.
So you're against, obviously, ICE then, right? Since you're against the Republican Party, because I know they're...
I'm for love. And I think that we need to be treating everybody with love and kindness.
Uh-huh.
And I think that the way that this administration is doing that is stirring up a lot of controversy. And what this country does not need right now is more controversy. We need more kindness.
Yeah.
We need compassion. We need love. I used to peacock and cause a lot of controversy.
That's true. Yeah. I mean,
Now I don't.
So
you could say things in a kind way. You don't have to be going f***ing crazy all the time. Have some f***ing kindness and respect for other people, for other living beings. Feel compassion for those around you who suffer, instead of being an arrogant f***ing prick.
Okay. So you mentioned peace walk with the Buddhists. Are you into Eastern philosophy?
Heavily into meditation now.
You meditate?
Highly recommend everybody read and meditate.
So you meditate every day?
My favorite book is a book called Loving Kindness by Sharon Salzberg.
Can you get a little into like your philosophies and some of the people you admire?
Yeah, so the Dalai Lama is one of my new favorite heroes.
Okay.
Mother Teresa, though. Mother Teresa is one of my biggest inspirations.
Mother
at this
Teresa.
Point. She, to me, is what it means to be a man. And she's a woman.
Right. That's what I was... So how does that work?
Well, first of all these gender, man, woman, when you meditate, like the way that I've been doing, you see that there's actually not a self. There is no self. I was previously identifying with the male version of myself, Andrew Tate. I'm sure you've seen those Jim Carrey interviews recently where he talks about how he's not a real person.
Yeah.
He's right. He's not crazy. He's right.
So you're not Andrew
Everyone
Tate.
else is crazy.
Then
I'm
who
not
are-
Andrew
then
Tate.
who are you?
I'm loving awareness. I'm kindness incarnate. I am Brahman. Krishna.
I'm really
Love
into,
itself.
Yeah, I'm really into philosophy and spirituality. So this is interesting hearing this from you because I feel like you were a complete opposite of this. You were like egomaniac, you know? You still might be the way you're talking about it.
What I learned in meditation is that we're all one. I used to talk about competing, beating the guy next to you. If I beat the guy next to me, I'm beating myself.
So what do you think of like 5th place trophies and 7th place trophies?
I think if you gave it your best effort, that's what matters. It doesn't matter about winning. You can't control whether you win or not. If everybody could control whether they win, everybody would be a US Olympic world champion in whatever they're doing. Can you all do that? No. You can get close, you can train, you can work hard. But you can't control whether you win, so why are you getting concerned about things that are out of your control? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
If you tried your best and you got a 5th place trophy, then that's damn good, in my opinion.
That's wow. Okay. You're
You could be a janitor and be a massive success in life.
a janitor.
If you treated people with kindness, and you treated people with respect, and yourself with respect, and you loved yourself, and you did the best job that you could, then that's a life well lived. As long as you treated people with kindness and respect, that's what's important. Okay?
Right. Okay, so
Like you. You're a f***ing idiot. You have been... I'll say something, you won't listen, it'll go right through your dumb f***ing skull. You won't hear anything that I say. Okay? You'll repeat the stupid question like a moron. And what am I doing? I'm being compassionate. I'm saying, well, he was probably dropped on his head when he was a kid. He's probably in special classes. I don't know. I don't know what the hell your story is. Clearly there's some sort of brain cell missing. He's dumb. It's not his fault. It's not your fault you're dumb. And that's why I'm being kind and compassionate. I'm not bringing that up. I'm not saying these things to you. I'm not calling you I'm not calling you out on this podcast. Sure, I want to slap you across your smug f***ing face right now. But I'm not going to do that. I might give you a hug. I might give you a kiss. I might let you bang me after the show.
this doesn't sound very kind and compassionate.
Once again, now I have an option. I don't get to choose whether I'm working with smart people or whether I'm working with idiots, I don't get that choice. But what I do get the choice of is whether or not I'm going to love you and respect you and be kind. So, am I going to take him outside of this podcast room after the show and kick your ass? I'm going to do the kind thing and not. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's kindness.
Okay.
And that's what I'm learning in therapy and what I'm learning with meditation.
Okay. You mentioned that you were just potentially going to take me outside and kick my ass.
I'm not going to. I want to.
Right.
But I'm not going to.
You used to be a kickboxer. What do you think of fighting now? Are you still...
I'm a pacifist now.
You're a pacifist.
I don't fight. I solve my problems like a man.
Right.
With love, kindness, kisses, hugs.
So the Jake Paul fight's off the table.
Of course it's off the table. Listen. Jake Paul is one of the most annoying, dumb, ugly fighters. He's not even a fighter. Okay? He fights old people. Yes, I want to kick his ass.
But you're not.
But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be kind to him.
You're not.
I'm going to be kind
Compassionate.
and compassionate to him.
Right. Right.
Because I love him.
You love Jake Paul.
Because if I don't love him, how can I love myself?
That's beautiful.
He is me.
Yeah.
We're all connected. We're all one.
Right. Right. That's beautiful.
And that's what I learned in meditation. You want me to do... Have you ever meditated?
Yeah, meditate.
I don't think you've meditated the way that I meditate. Because it looks like you're f***ing dumb. And you're just you're not listening. You're not mindful. You probably don't even know what mindfulness means.
I think I know what mindfulness means. Yeah, I mean,
What does it mean?
It means you're aware of your thoughts and your emotions and what's happening. You're mindful of the present moment. What's going on?
Wow. I'm surprised. That's the first actual thing that you said today that didn't make me want to end my own life.
Well, speaking of ending lives, you used to be against mental health problems, and
Let's come back to that.
Okay.
I want to do a mindfulness meditation.
You
with
wanna meditate right now?
I want to do an Andrew Tate guided meditation.
Okay.
Right now.
Here's to see what this is.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Close your eyes and shut your f***ing brain off. Take a moment to get calm. Stop f***ing laughing. Get calm.
Okay. All right, I'm calm.
Your
I'm calm.
dumb pea brain is probably talking right now. Oh, I'm a loser. I suck. I'm a terrible interviewer. Andrew's gonna kick my ass after the podcast. And maybe I am even thinking those things. Whether they're true or not, doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Shut the f*** up. Breathe in. Breathe in. Inhale. Hold it. Hold it. Now breathe out. Yeah, there you go. Blow. Blow it out. Now say to yourself, I'm calm.
I'm calm.
And I love myself.
And I love myself.
Even if
Even if
I am dumb.
am dumb.
Again. I love myself.
I love myself.
Even if I'm a shitty interviewer.
Shitty interview.
And never in my life will I ever own a Bugatti.
And never in my life will I ever own a Bugatti.
And I still love myself.
And I still love myself.
Yeah. I didn't say exhale. Inhale again. Now exhale. How do you feel?
I feel I feel great. I see what you're talking about. I feel way more calm.
That's what I do every day. It's my number one
That specifically.
routine. It's part of my morning routine. Is
what
doing
you were
that.
saying, you do that. You
Yep,
say that.
that's what I do.
Interesting. That is very interesting.
Because every day when I wake up, my number one goal is not how much money can I make anymore, not how many girls can I sleep with, how kind can I be. So I make that my number one goal when I wake up every day. First thing in the morning, what I do is I meditate.
I feel like it's really working. It's really working on you. I can tell you're very compassionate, very understanding, a lot different than you were, Wow. I feel so peaceful. You told me you wanted to go back to it, but let's bring it back. You used to not believe in mental health, but you're doing all these, mental health therapy-like things. Mm-hmm. What do you think of mental health now? Do you think it's real? Do you think
I used to say mental health was fake. I used to say depression, fake. Schizophrenia, fake. Autism, fake. Now, I've come to realize, not only am I depressed, I might also be autistic and have Down syndrome. And also maybe be schizophrenic. I definitely have bipolar.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And anger issues.
Depression?
I said that. God damn, man. Do you not listen? We just did a mindfulness meditation and you still can't even... hello? Am I talking to anyone even here?
I didn't hear
you had a robot on the last podcast. I feel like I'm talking to a robot.
Sorry, I didn't know if you said...
God, you're so lucky that I meditate.
I didn't hear you.
I seriously would take you out of this podcast room right now and dominate you and alpha male you and beat the shit out of you and show you who's boss.
Okay, well, I apologize. So you are depressed, you may have schizophrenic, and you may also have Down syndrome, which I don't think is possible because you don't look like you have that.
It depends on what you identify.
What do you identify as?
I identify as whatever I am.
Right. Well, trans. You're trans now, right?
I'm trans now, yeah.
Right. So
I'm actually bi-curious. I'm a semi demi-bi-curious non-binary alpha male top G bottom G. That took me a long time to figure that out, and a lot of repression.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. That sounds like that's like a melting pot.
Educate yourself. Look it up.
Right. Okay. So you do believe in mental health now. You do think it's a real thing.
Mental health is absolutely a real thing.
Wow. And you think that
anyone who doesn't, if you break an arm, no one says, "Oh, is your arm broken? Is a broken arm a real thing?" No. Or I mean, yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Some people have broken brains. They have chemical imbalances. Have you ever seen a homeless man on the side of the street? I saw one guy eating his own feces. That's not mental weakness. That's not being soft. There's something wrong with him.
Right.
And so have some compassion.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like you. Clearly, something's wrong with him. Doesn't take too long of this interview to see that not only is he a deficient interviewer, show sucks. Both of your hosts, by the way, I did some research on this podcast. Every episode, either you are not here or your co-host,
Right.
Matt, is not here. Where are you guys? Do you not work? Like, I'm just confused on how you could say you have a podcast when half the time you're not even here to run the podcast.
It's just the format of the show.
But I forgive because clearly something is wrong with Matt and Justus's heads. They're not all there. They're dumb. So have some love for idiots.
Okay.
Mental health is real.
Mental health is real. I'm dumb. Matthew's also dumb.
Don't say that about yourself. Speak highly of yourself.
You said it to me.
Don't put responsibility onto me for your feelings. No one can make you feel or think a certain way, so have some respect for yourself. Love yourself.
I do love myself.
You don't. You just called yourself dumb. Why would you say that about yourself?
You called me dumb.
You just said you were dumb. You said I'm dumb.
You called me dumb. I repeated what you said.
It doesn't matter what I said. I'm saying what you said about yourself.
You said you're compassionate.
Motherfucker. Do you have no compassion for yourself?
I do have compassion for myself.
Listen to me.
said it.
Wake the up out of your trance that society's put you in.
Okay.
Making you feel bad about yourself.
Let's drop it.
Love yourself. Say to yourself right now, I love myself.
I love myself.
Even if I'm dumb. Say it.
Why would I? You just said not
You
to.
say it.
You said I'm not
Just
dumb.
say it.
I love myself even if I'm not dumb.
Thank you. No, if you are... Oh my God.
Even if I am dumb. I love myself even if I am dumb.
Oh.
There you go.
I have to practice. Can I do a meditation for myself real quick?
Sure. Go for it.
Inhale. Now. Exhale now. Get calm. Get calm, Andrew. Now. Even though you're with an idiot, show some love. Remember, it's not his fault. Okay, continue. And don't ever say that about yourself again.
I won't. Wow.
Saying you're dumb.
That was a great meditation you just had there. What do you think of Donald Trump? I know you mentioned politics before. You said you don't swing that way. What do you think about him? And
he's insecure. He has to. He thinks he needs to be a big man. Tariff this. I'm commander in chief. That. How big? I mean, I've already kind of gone over this.
Well, you didn't talk about him specifically. You said you weren't against the right way, the right part. Like, what do you think of the way he treats women?
I think Kamala is more of a man than Trump.
Really?
Absolutely. You don't see Kamala going around grabbing women by the cooch.
Right.
Wrong. Okay? Trump is doing all of this because he's just an insecure man. He's an insecure man.
Do you think he has a small
Of course he does.
Because I know you said that before, that people who peacock probably
Of course
have
he does.
Okay. Wow.
All of his pageantry, all of his I'm the biggest, toughest, we're the best country in the world. He's just an insecure man. He needs power to fill the void of the lack of love that he has in his life for himself. Everything is about himself.
Okay. This is a curveball. What do you think of men and women's sports?
I'll tell you this. I'm scared.
For what?
I'm scared.
For the women?
I'm scared for the men.
Why would you be scared for the men?
Because, for instance, everybody thinks that having... Well, just think about what a woman has to endure. People like me. Okay? Imagine enduring me and still living, still surviving. Now you put that person in the boxing ring or wherever, that's someone with a lot of mental fortitude who can take a beating.
Okay. I kind of see your logic, I guess. But since we're on the topic, you talk a lot of shit about women's sports, like, women's basketball is not as entertaining as men's basketball. You've said that. Do you still believe that, or you...
Truly, I can't believe that I said that. It's not that cool to watch a 6'8" elite black man built for basketball who can throw a ball behind. I mean, they're just built to win. Cool. It's too easy. I don't care.
So you'd rather watch women's basketball?
I'd rather watch women's basketball. Now.
Really?
Because it's harder for a woman to be good at that sport. There's more mastery that goes into it. A man who's built in that way, of course they're going to be good. It's like what I'm watching. What's more entertaining? Watching a gazelle run fast across the African safari, or watching a snail slime its way quickly across an African safari? Which one would be more entertaining to you? Both moving at rapid speeds. I've seen a gazelle. Gazelles are built for it.
Yeah.
Now imagine seeing a snail going at the speed of light.
I don't think it can.
That's the point. If it could.
But it can't. That's what I'm saying.
That's the point.
You'd rather watch the snail.
I'd rather watch the snail go at the speed of light. I'd rather watch the snail go at the speed of light
Yeah.
than watch a gazelle run at the speed of light. Because gazelles were built to run. A snail was built to slime. A snail running at the speed of light, beating a gazelle, that's something that is incredible.
Okay, so I feel like we hit a lot of, your feminist views and what you think about the politics and kind of, women's basketball and whatnot. What's the kind of message that you want to leave with males? Because I know you're a big influence on, young males. What do you want them to know about Andrew Tate, the new Andrew Tate now?
There's nothing more dominant and alpha than a submissive male in a female-led relationship. Get in the kitchen. Not talking to the women when I say that. I'm talking to the men. Get in the kitchen, make your woman a sandwich. Have her go and be the breadwinner. Stay at home. Raise the children. And you tell me, which is harder? Which is more alpha? My new course that I'm teaching now, Hustlers University, is dead. I'm now teaching a new university, Beta Cuck University.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to show you how to endure pain like you've never endured before by being in a submissive, misogynistic relationship, but this time the woman is being misogynistic to you. You're going to be cucked in Beta Cuck University. You're going to see what it's like. And it's going to make you a man. Because men were built to endure pain. Why are women enduring more pain than men? Taking shit from people like me. Why? Tell me why, men. And why is it that the system is convincing men that that's the way it is? Oh, men are dominant. Women are submissive. No. I'm done. Trump, the radical right. Everyone talks about the radical left. What about the radical right? Right?
Wow.
We don't treat women, I want to talk about treatment of women specifically. You treat a woman with respect. She's not your property. You don't own her. She owns you. Women, you can learn something from women called having a heart, being compassionate. It's hard to not be a douchebag in the world. It's easy to be like how I used to be, where you say, oh, the world is hard. I need to go out there and get mine. I need to go out there and get mine and everyone else over and make as much money and get as much Bugattis as I can. No. It is harder to say, yes, we live in a broken world, but I'm still going to be kind. But I'm still going to be kind. And I'm going to donate a lot of my money to charity. I'm going to give away all my Bugattis. If you drive a Bugatti, you're a pussy. Trying to prove something.
Wow.
Really? You're that insecure that you need a car to prop you up. Give me a break.
Drive a Prius.
Drive a Prius if you're really a man. Driving a Prius shows that you don't care what other people think, and you're saving the environment.
DiCaprio drives a Prius.
That's why DiCaprio is an alpha, beta, cuck, top G, bottom G. DiCaprio is a great example. He's in my course.
Right.
The Beta Cuck University.
And that's probably why he gets so many girls, too, because he's such a beta.
The girls get him.
Right, because they own him.
They own DiCaprio.
Right. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, DiCaprio's doing this. He's dating all these young
all
girls."
the girls are
young
banging
girls
him.
Yeah. That's it.
He's not banging them.
Right.
They're banging him. They toss him around like bears in a river with salmon, flipping the salmon around. Here's a bite. Wow. Here, you take a bite, brother bear.
Okay, well, I think that's enough. I think we've covered basically everything that I think we should.
I don't even know if any of this landed with you, because every time that I've spoken to you, it's gone out one ear and out in one ear and out the other.
Listen, I'm trying my best here. I'm not a professional interviewer. I'm here just trying my best, trying to be compassionate, trying to be loving, like you said. And, I think we learned a lot about you. I think the audience is going to be blown away by your transformation. And I am blown away by you, Andrew. And I would love to have you on the podcast again to just see if this is going to continue, because, wow, you have changed. And I think this is going to blow up the internet, honestly, when we post this. I think a lot of people are going to be sharing this, and the new you is an interesting you. And it was an honor having you on. If you're going to give away one of those Bugattis, maybe throw one my way.
Come at me. Everyone's always coming at me.
Right. Exactly. And I think now you're going to have the right coming at you. So
now I'm going to have the right. Come at me, right? Come at me, all you fake alpha males.
Come at him.
Come at me. I'll be getting banged. I'll be getting pegged. How are you going to topple my empire when I've already toppled it myself? Put myself at the bottom. Put others in charge. Now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do? Nothing.
You heard it here from the top G himself, Andrew Tate, everyone. Andrew, it's been a pleasure, buddy. Like I said, maybe send me one of those Bugattis since you're giving them away. I would appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure. We'll see you guys next week.